kicks it out. Alvey into the left corner. Weichel 3. Butter. Braylon Weichel flaming hot from the outside.
Carson-Newman basketball is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles in Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service built. By Fresh Ideas, good food is a powerful thing. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Trilite, dream big with Gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family-owned and operated coffee, fueling the Burke Tar Stadium press box. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Now, here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Good morning from Dahlonega, Georgia at the North Georgia Convocation Center as Carson-Newman begins its NCAA tournament journey in the opening round with a familiar foe for the Lady Eagles. It's the Anderson Trojans. Carson-Newman's the number 6 seed in the 2025 Southeast Regional and matches up with the 3-seeded Anderson Trojans on this Friday afternoon in Dahlonega, Georgia. Hello, everyone. Andrew Rogers, glad you're with us here on the Eagles Sports Network as Carson-Newman is back in the NCAA tournament for the 7th time in the past 8 seasons. The Eagles have qualified for the postseason, and of now the program's 14 bids, 8 of them have been accomplished in head coach Mike Mincy's 14-year tenure. Carson-Newman has won its first-round contest 5 times overall, and the Lady Eagles are coming off a 2024 postseason in which they won a pair of regional games and made it to the program's 3rd regional title game last season. That was played in Salisbury, North Carolina, on the campus of Catawba College, and the Eagles fell short in the region title game. They make another journey to that title game and maybe get some revenge in the title game, but it starts with an Anderson team that has won 12 consecutive games, the 6th longest active winning streak in the country. They took the momentum they had from an 89-65 win over Carson-Newman in the SAC semis into the championship game, and it was a game that was won by the Trojans. They defeated Coker 64-58 last Friday, with Diamond McDowell being named the South Atlantic Conference's tournament MVP. She was terrific, going for 20-point double-doubles in all 3 of the conference tournament games. She leads a Trojans group that's back in the NCAA tournament and for back for the 2nd straight season and for the 6th time in 9 seasons under head coach Jonathan Barbary. Familiar foes meet once again. This is the 2nd straight season that these two programs will meet 4 times in 1 year. They met in the SAC tournament each of the last 2 seasons, and now they'll meet in the NCAA tournament for the 2nd straight season as well. This is the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off, fans. AEC is your Touchstone Energy cooperative service you can trust, value you can depend on. Powering Mossy Creek, we're AEC, member-owned, and service-driven. We hear from the head coach, Mike Mincy, as his team prepares for this South Atlantic Southeast Regional matchup, and a matchup of South Atlantic Conference foes, the Eagles, Trojans. Mike Mincy breaks it down with his pregame conversation after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Our pregame conversation with head coach Mike Mincy heads your way in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network. Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Andrew Rogers back here on the AEC Countdown to tip-off as we chat with Carson-Newman women's basketball head coach Mike Mincy prior to his team's opening round contest in the NCAA tournament. Coach, asked you this prior to the SAC semis against Anderson, how unique it was to play him again in the postseason in the SAC tournament. Now here we sit again talking about a team you'll play for the 8th time in the last 2 seasons. Break down the last couple of days from Sunday up until this matchup. And the unique nature of this matchup in 2 teams that obviously are very familiar with each other and getting ready to do it once again.
Well, you know, in terms of like from Anderson's standpoint, after they beat us in the SAC semis, they had to go and face Coker, prepare for another team in their championship game, of which they won. Us, on the other hand, you know, that ended our tournament run over there, and then our very next opponent is the same team that beat us. So I feel like it's a little bit like the LMU situation where we lost up there, and we had all that game film to kind of like try to make some corrections. And when we played Anderson, and you and I have talked about it, you know, Anderson shot the ball really well and made plays, and we shot not really good whatsoever. And the ball just did not bounce our way, and credit Anderson on that. You know, a lot of that was created by them, but you know, now we're coming into it with a different mindset of, you know, we have to put the ball in the bucket. You know, obviously you're not going to score 90 points against Anderson, but, you know, obviously 65 points is not good enough, and it hasn't really been good enough for most teams to be able to beat them. So neutral floor again at North Georgia. It's a bigger arena. You know, if we can make some buckets, we'll give ourselves a chance to win. If we shoot the ball as poorly as we did in the SAC tournament, it might not be a good day for us.
We'll start there with the offensive end. You've hinted at turnovers being a major factor to what led to the defeat in the SAC semis, but also your top 2 scorers on average combined for just 2 field goals. What do you need to do to get those 2 more involved offensively, or have them be more of contributors on the offensive end, while also limiting turnovers?
You know, I don't know. I think it was a rough game for them. Lindsay got a bucket early. I think Jen got a drive there early in the first quarter and got a bucket. But, you know, I think it was just a frustrating game for both of them. And, again, credit Anderson and their defensive intensity for all that. But we did have some ill-advised turnovers that led into some easy buckets for them, which kind of created us or got us into a little bit of a hole. But again, it's a new day. We get to start to score 0-0. In that first half, I mean, I think Diamond and Passmore combined had 10 buckets. Our entire team had 8. And if you look at their role players, so to speak, their role players made 7 buckets in that first half, and our entire team only made 8, and Jen and Lindsay only had 2. And I just don't expect that to happen 2 games in a row for them to be held down, especially under the situation we're in now, which is do or die.
All right, on the flip side, can't play a perfect game defensively against 2 All-Americans, or arguably you could say All-Americans, in McDowell and Passmore. but gave up 89 points. Certainly they shot it well that you had mentioned in this interview as well. What do you want to see improve defensively to limit and contain two of the best players in the Division II ranks?
Well, I kind of took it from the broadcast when even Coach Benson was talking about, especially once you got to the second half, we did not put any game pressure on Anderson in the second half. I mean, they were able to play. I think they're good players, and they can obviously shoot a high percentage anyway. But, when you're up by 25, 26, 27, everything seems to be going well for you. It's a little bit easier to shoot a higher percentage when there's no game pressure on you. So, we just don't want to give them easy stuff. I thought at times we did guard them okay, especially in the first half. We just didn't score the ball. We were down, 45-23 at the half. At Carson-Newman, we were down 46-45. And the game stayed within a few possessions of each other, and we never let them get away from us to where we could kind of keep that game pressure on them. And obviously we had game pressure on us, and we were able to pull out a 3-point game. That's what was so disappointing about the semifinal game is it just – once they got up, 11 after the first quarter, we just never could get anything going and get anything to fall. And it just seems like they got harder and harder. And I hate to say this, but it almost felt like we were defeated at the half. And so instead of coming back and try to chip into a lead, their lead grew substantially. And then we eventually cut it to 24 as we, lost in that semis.
All right, good luck today against Anderson.
Thank you, Andrew.
That's the head coach of the Lady Eagles, Mike Mincy. We're back for more on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh, home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
We're getting closer to tip-off.
Price picks it up, and Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
More CN memories are headed your way on the Eagles Sports Network.
Power comes with not only having a voice, but knowing that it is heard. As part of an electric co-op, you're not just getting electricity, you're getting the power to have your voice heard and the opportunity to work together with your community to create a better tomorrow. Here, you're not just a customer, you're a member. AEC, empowering voices just like yours.
The number one source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is shopseeandeagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopSeeAndEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeAndEagles.com.
Andrew Rogers, glad to welcome you back to Dahlonega, Georgia at North Georgia's Convocation Center as Carson-Newman and Anderson get set to square off for the 8th time in the past 2 seasons. Carson-Newman has won 4 of those contests, including a regional semifinal win over the Trojans last season, 74-54. We'll take a break for the national anthem. When we return, it's tip-off and starting lineups for the Trojans and the Eagles, Part 4 here in 2025. That heads your way when we come back after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Saboreo's, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Saboreo's is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner and the Health Sciences Building. Saboreo's features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at Carson-Newman Dining.
This
Braylon Weichel with a massive triple.
is Carson-Newman women's basketball on the Eagle Sports Network.
Tries to split two. Does. Shoots from the free throw line. Got it to go! And one! Weichel from the free throw line. Buried it.
Today's game is brought to you by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, Fresh Ideas, by ShopCNEagles.com, The Eagle Club, the Bible Insurance Agency, by Pepsi, First Bank, by Magaha Electric, InterDigital, by Food City, Tri-Light, by Modern Woodman Financial Planning, by the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
We welcome you back to the North Georgia Convocation Center in Dahlonega, Georgia, as Carson-Newman beats Anderson in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. 40th all-time meeting between the two programs is the 8th in the last two seasons, and it comes here in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. The starting lineups today will start with the Anderson Trojans, who are led by Jonathan Barbary. This is his 9th season. He's won 195 games in those 9 seasons now, and his team's 24-9. As we mentioned in the Open, his team's won 12 in a row, the 6th longest active winning streak in the country. He'll send out there a redshirt senior guard, an All-American candidate from Locust Grove, Georgia, Zamiah Passmore, the reigning newcomer of the year in the South Atlantic Conference, averages 16.5 points per game. But even better is her ability to pass the basketball. 191 assists, our third nationally in the NCAA Division II ranks. She scored, though, 20 points or more in 4 straight games. Also, the backcourt is an all-freshman player from Austell, Georgia. Zane Preston averages 7 points per game and has 8 double-figure games this season. Also, the backcourt is a sophomore, rather junior, from Knoxville, Tennessee. Ashlyn Sheridan shoots 35% from the field and averages 8 points per game. In the front court is a sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, 5'10", Kyla Kane. She averages 5 points per game and 4 rebounds for this Trojans squad, and the lineup rounds out with one of the best front court players in the league, in the country as well. Senior forward from Asheboro, North Carolina, 6'2", Diamond McDowell, all-SAC first-teamer, and the reigning SAC tournament MVP, or this year's SAC tournament MVP, I should say. Her 19 double-doubles are third nationally, and she's got a double-double in 11 of her last 12 games, averages 18 points and nearly 13 rebounds per game. She has been terrific this season for the Trojans. So it's McDowell and Passmore, 2 All-American candidates, Kane, Preston, and Sheridan to round out the Trojans lineup. Carson-Newman will send out a lineup that it has sported now for the last 8 games, counting this one. Tori Rutherford is a redshirt junior from Rutledge, Tennessee. Jennifer Sullivan is a junior from Knoxville, Tennessee. And then you've got seniors and graduate students to round out the lineup. And Campbell Penland, a senior from Sevierville. Lindsey Taylor is a graduate student from Maryville. And Michaela Albee is a senior from Dandridge, Tennessee. Lady Eagles are 22-8 heading into this contest here today. Carson-Newman is the visiting team, so it wears navy blue uniforms as it takes the floor here in the Convocation Center, wearing the blue uniforms with orange lettering across the front of the uniform that reads Carson with the number sandwiched between Carson and Newman. Anderson is in the home white uniforms as the higher seed, the 3 seed, with gold lettering across the front that reads Anderson, the numbers below it, and behind on the back of the uniform as well. McDowell and Taylor at the center jump circle. McDowell tips it to Preston, and we're underway. Preston and Passmore work into the front court as they give it to Kane at the left elbow. Kane hands off for Diamond McDowell. One dribble, crosses over, steps back for a deep 2 over Penland, and swishes it in. Difficult shot, but a good one from Diamond McDowell. And Anderson strikes first in the first 20 seconds. Rutherford into the front court for CN with the right-hand dribble. Calls for a play and hands off for Sullivan. Left side, this is Campbell Penland. Now to the block, Lindsey Taylor going to work. Backs down, goes a left-hand hook and got fouled underneath by Kyla Kane. Kane draws the early matchup against Taylor and commits her first foul. Game's first foul is 38 seconds into the contest. And Lindsey Taylor is going to the free throw line to try to get Carson-Newman on the scoreboard. First free throw is in the air, and it's off the front of the iron. No good for Taylor, who was an all-SAC first-teamer for the 4th time in her career, averaged 13.5 points per game and 8 rebounds. Next one's in the air, and this one's good. 2-1. Anderson, the 1-point lead, and it brings the basketball toward midcourt with the all-SAC first-teamer Zamaya Passmore. She dribbles to the top of the key, stops, lobs for McDowell, gives it back to Passmore. She pump fakes the 3. Looks inside, now gives it to Kane at the free throw line. Her shot is up and good. 2-for-2 start for the Trojans. Kyla Kane from the free throw line, and it's 4-1. Rutherford dribbles into the front court against Ashlyn Sheridan. Sheridan out front now, and it's going to go to Alvey. Now lob it inside. Taylor the catch. The left-hand shot is short. Rebound Kyla Kane. Transition go the Trojans. Passmore into the front court. Stops from the elbow, throws it inside. McDowell catches, shoots off glass too strong, and Lindsey Taylor rips down the miss. Good transition defense by Carson-Newman, something that Mike Mincy emphasized heading into this matchup. Sullivan around his screen. Needs help as she picks the dribble up and lobs it out front for Campbell Penland. Penland, right-hand dribble to the top of the key, goes left side for Rutherford. Just over 90 seconds in, it's Anderson 4, Carson-Newman 1. Rutherford around his screen at the free throw line, goes left side. Alvey catch 3, left wing. It's in the air. It's nothing but net. Michaela Alvey has Carson-Newman's first field goal, a triple from the left wing. And we're tied at 4. Alvey has had some terrific games as a member of Carson-Newman against Anderson, as Sheridan's 3 is too strong, and Lindsey Taylor from the opposite block grabs the rebound. Skip it into the front court. Campbell Penland catches at the left wing. Out front for Jennifer Sullivan. Sullivan crosses over, gets into the lane, stops, ball fake, now out front for Alvey. One more to Penland. Catch 3 is on the way. It rattles in and out. Taylor the offensive rebound and stick back. The lefty hook from Taylor, and Carson-Newman has the last 5. It's 6-4 Lady Eagles. Scoreboard in the arena had 6-4 Anderson initially. Now it's switched. Sheridan left side, 2.5 minutes into the basketball game. Back to Passmore. She'll launch a top of the key 3. It's nothing but net. Zamaya Passmore made 13 threes heading into this matchup. She has her first here, and the Trojans back in front by a point. Offense is faring well early. Penland left side for Alvey. Alvey ball fake now into the corner for Jennifer Sullivan. Lob it in. Taylor's got great position. Pump fakes. Tries to go up. Kicks it out. Alvey. Top of the key 3 is in the air. It's off to the left. Long rebound will go out of bounds into the corner. And the ball back to the Anderson Trojans. Both teams have made a triple and shoot above 50% here in the opening minutes. We're exactly 3 minutes in. And Anderson leads 7-6. Passmore into the front court, dribbles toward the left side in front of Carson-Newman's bench. Picks the dribble up and now lobs for Preston at the head of the key. She bounces for McDowell, mid-post. Ripped through from McDowell to the baseline. Pulls up and hangs and hits for a deep 2. That's a difficult shot from Diamond McDowell. Her second field goal. Trojans by 3. Right corner, Sullivan catches. Ball fake gets into the lane against Passmore. Shovels it off for Alvey. Her mid-range shot is nothing but net. Good offense that time. Sullivan, the handoff for an Alvey 2. Eagles back within a point. Passmore quickly the other way. Pulls up. Her deep 2 is too strong. Penland rips away the defensive rebound. 6:15 and counting first quarter. Anderson 9, Carson-Newman 8. Penland skip it left side for Michaela Alvey. Bounce it to the left block. Taylor going to work right hand to the right side. Too strong with a shot. Rebound collected by Preston. Preston transition left side. Sheridan puts it on the floor going baseline. Pump fakes, needs help, lobs it out front for Kane. Kane has it ripped and stolen by Rutherford. 2-on-1. Torrey bounces. Matt catches. Give it back to Torrey. Her shot's denied at the rim. Pentland tracks down the offensive rebound. The officials will stop play with an issue with the shot clock after the sequence. 5:47 to play first quarter, and the officials will change the shot clock. Right now it sits at 20 seconds as Rose Gravel, the conference's freshman of the year, the South Atlantic Conference's freshman of the year, checks in for the first time. One official still across the way adjusting the clock. Eagle fans, Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals the Lakeway region has to offer. Lisa's Country Kitchen is the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. 9-8 is the score. And a matchup between two South Atlantic Conference schools. 4 of the last 5 times in the Southeast region that SAC schools have met in the postseason, Carson-Newman's been involved in 4 of those last 5 South Atlantic Conference duels in the Southeast Regional Tournament. Taylor right elbow to Michaela Alvey. Off the inbound, now to Campbell Penland. Penland around a screen. Here's a 20-footer, and it rattles through. Campbell Penland has her first field goal in her 5th NCAA tournament game, and it's 10-9. 5.5 to play opening quarter. Both teams shooting it well early from the field. Carson-Newman's 50%. And Anderson's 57. Lob it inside. Pass more around the baseline. Tried to shovel it for Gravel. It was deflected out by Rutherford. It'll stay on Anderson's end of the floor. And 16 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound for Zamiah Passmore. She lobs. Gravel catches from the left block and scores. Really good play out of the inbound. Eagles quickly the other way. 11-10. Anderson back in front. Alvey to the point guard, and now give it to Sullivan out front in front of the Anderson bench. She uses a Taylor screen at the free throw line, lobs it inside, pass deflected, and unable to corral it. Was Preston along the baseline, so Carson-Newman will keep it, and Mike Mincy will use a timeout. 5 minutes and 6 seconds to play in this opening quarter. Back and forth start here in the opening round of the Southeast Regional NCAA Tournament. It's the Trojans 11 and Carson-Newman 10 as we hit our first break. Eagles down by 1 halfway through the first period here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Back and forth start. Both teams have traded the lead 4 times here in the opening frame, but it's Anderson by 1 point with 5 minutes and 6 seconds to play in our opening quarter. Inbound for Carson-Newman, 15 to shoot. Rutherford gets it into Sullivan in the left corner. Jen dribbles back out front at the left wing, comes off a Taylor screen, hesitates, now hands for Rutherford. Shot clock down to 6. Campbell Pentland's got it. Looks at the timer, hands off for Alvey. She steps back, free throw line shot is good. Michaela Alvey off to a good start offensively. She's made 3 of her first 4 shots to lead Carson-Newman with 7 points. Eagles back in front by a point. Zamiah Passmore dribbles at the top of the key, gives left side for Rose Gravel. Gravel dribbles once, picks it up at the free throw line, shoots a deep 2, and does not get the roll after hitting the back of the iron. Rebound collected by Sullivan. Sullivan left side for Michaela Alvey. She drives right around McDowell. Stops, met by 2, needs help. Gives it out front for Rutherford. One more to Penland. Penland catches, fires a deep 3. It rolls off the front of the iron. And the rebound collected by Diamond McDowell, her first. Passmore, in and out dribble, pulls up for a 19-footer. It's back iron too strong. Rebound, Michaela Alvey in traffic. First rebound for Alvey. Carson-Newman's +4 on the glass so far. Rutherford, right-hand dribble in front of the Anderson bench, gives to Penland around a screen. Campbell goes right wing. Rutherford triple is on the way. It's off the glass, no good. Rebound, Passmore. Carson-Newman 1 of 5 from 3 to start the game. Passmore transition to the corner. Preston, a shooter, is open, and the shot goes in and out. McDowell, the offensive rebound. She goes back up and scores. First offensive rebound from Anderson, and then they turn it into points. McDowell has her 6th point, and Anderson back in front by 1. 3.5 to play. Alvey pulls up, deep twos, too strong. Backside rebound collected by Preston. She dribbles into the front court with the right hand. One-hand pass to Sheridan. Pulls up from a 17-foot spot from the right side. It's no good. Rebound, Tori Rutherford. Eagles want to run the other way, right to left. Tori dribble handoff. Shoveled it for Alvey. Errant shovel, though, and Alvey had to track it down along the sideline. Lob it inside. Taylor's got position. Left-hand hook is too strong. Offensive rebound tapped around. Taylor taps it to herself. Kicks it out for Sullivan. 3. It's in the air. It's buckets. Jennifer Sullivan's first shot in the NCAA tournament's a 3-ball, and she drills it. 2-point Carson-Newman lead. We're 7 minutes into this first quarter. Back in front, the Lady Eagles go in this hectic first quarter. Passmore dribbling out front, gives it to Zanae Preston. Preston, the all-freshman player, gives it back to Passmore. 10 to shoot. Pick and pop with McDowell. It's not there. McDowell looking for help. Jab step, a 3 over Penland's in the air. It's an air ball. Rebound saved by Gravel, but threw it out of bounds. And the ball back to Carson-Newman, who leads by 2 points, 15-13. The first changes for Carson-Newman. Maddie Knuckles and Emily Gonzalez come into the game. And they take the place of Campbell Penland and Michaela Alvey. 2 players for Carson-Newman that are playing in their 6th NCAA tournament games. Sullivan, right wing dribble against Passmore. Around a Taylor screen. Steps back for a deep 2 shots. Short miss off the front of the iron. Offensive rebound kicking out Sullivan. Eagles reset. Fresh 20. Taylor in the high post. Skips it. Corner. Emily Gonzalez pump fakes a 3. Drives McDowell. Pump fakes. Kicks it back out. Knuckles. Shot clock down to 8. Knuckles fakes the dribble handoff, gives it back to Gonzalez. 5 seconds. Gonzalez will launch a 3 at the horn. It misses short. Rebound tapped out. Passmore's got it for AU. Transition. Passmore to McDowell. She drives baseline through 2 players and an offensive foul. Stepping over was Lindsay Taylor to take a charge at the right block. Diamond McDowell pump faked a 3 and tried to go baseline, where she was met by a second defender, and Taylor, who stood there, took the charge. And the ball back to Carson-Newman on Anderson's second turnover. Just Anderson's first foul second foul in a period that has only had 2 fouls with just 100 seconds now to play in the first quarter. Eagles by 2. Left corner, Sullivan back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Maddie Knuckles. Back to the top of the key, Rutherford now to Sullivan at the left wing. Sullivan dribbles with 10 on the timer, driving to the basket, stops, goes left corner. Gonzalez catching a fire for 3, off to the right. Rebound collected by Rose Gravel. Anderson scoreless over the last 2.5 minutes. Gravel pump fakes a 3, pulls up from the left elbow. Her shot is up and gets the friendly roll off the front of the iron. The freshman of the year in the South Atlantic Conference ties the game at 15. 65 seconds to go. Gonzalez right to the cup for a right-hand layup. Circled around the defense in the lane, and Gonzalez has her first 2. And Carson-Newman goes back up by 2. (17-15). 50 seconds to play first quarter. Sheridan to the right side. It's Samaya Passmore against Tori Rutherford. Passmore in and out dribble with the left hand. Goes up for a shot and missed it, but a foul as she was fouled in the lane by Emily Gonzalez. Gonzalez's first, Carson-Newman's first foul of the opening frame with 41.5 seconds to play. It's a shooting foul, so Samaya Passmore will get 2 free throws. For Anderson, who can try to tie this game back up in a first quarter that has featured 7 lead changes so far. Passmore dribbles the basketball twice. The free throw is in the air, and it's too strong off the back of the iron for an all-region caliber guard that averages a 69% clip from the free throw line. A couple of subs waiting for both teams as Passmore gets the basketball back for her second free throw. takes her time. The free throw's in the air, and it swishes in. 17-16 on Passmore's second free throw. She splits the pair. Eagles up by 1. Carly Hayworth into the game for the first time. Take the place of Tori Rutherford while Anderson brings Kyla Kane back to the floor. They'll give Diamond McDowell a breather here in the final seconds of this first quarter. And an 11-second difference between the clocks as Alvey catches at the left wing. Give it to Carly Hayworth. Hayworth dribble handoff with Alvey. Alvey pump fakes, goes left side for Hayworth. Shot clock down to 12, right side. Knuckles pump fakes a 3, rips through against Passmore, crosses over, now gives to Gonzalez with 7. Emily, a jab step, a drive to the right block, spins in the lane, kicks it out. Knuckles with 3, rips through, gives it back to Gonzalez. Eagles won't get one up. A shot clock violation. Good defensive sequence there by Anderson. They made everything difficult and eventually forced Carson-Newman into a shot clock violation. Rare turnover by either one of these teams in the opening quarter. Carson-Newman's second turnover, and Anderson only has 2 as well. They have an issue with the clocks. I think the game clock ran down farther than when the shot clock had expired. They aren't set at the same level, so just because the shot clock expires does not mean the game clock will stop at the same time by the time the shot clock resets. And so the officials are at the scores table across the way with 9.2 seconds currently on the first quarter clock to probably add maybe a half a second or a second to this first quarter clock. Will be plenty of time still for Anderson to get this ball into the front court and try to give us our 8th lead change of this first quarter. Carson-Newman is 36% from the field, 7 of 9 from the field. They have made 2 threes, but on 8 tries, while Anderson's 46% and has made 1 of its 4 triple tries so far. Both teams have taken care of the basketball, though Carson-Newman has taken 4 more shots in this game because of 4 offensive rebounds. They had 2 full seconds, so Passmore crosses half court with 8. Down to 6. She gets into the lane, stops, tried to find Preston, but the pass was behind her, and it's a turnover. 3rd Anderson turnover, and now Carson-Newman with a chance with 3.5 seconds left in the first. Maddie Knuckles looks, gives it to Carly Hayworth. Hayworth, 2.5. 1 as she crosses half court, launches it from half court. It's off the backboard, no good. And the first quarter comes to a close. 2 South Atlantic Conference teams, familiar foes meeting in the opening round. And we went back and forth in the first 10 minutes. 7 lead changes in the opening quarter. It's Carson-Newman, though, with a 17-16 lead as we head to the second quarter after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
(17-16) as we get set to start the second quarter here inside of North Georgia's Convocation Center. Carson-Newman and Anderson meeting for the 8th time in the last 2 seasons. Campbell Penland drives inside the arc. Back out front, Gonzalez at the elbow. Rutherford inside the arc, skip it, left corner. Gonzalez is open, she'll try a 3, and it swishes in. Emily Gonzalez from downtown. Carson-Newman's 3rd 3, and the Eagles go up 4. 20-16, 30 seconds into this second frame. Top of the key, Gravel. Gives it to Preston, back out front, Passmore. No McDowell right now for Anderson. Pick and pop with Gravel. She pump fakes a 3, drives against Taylor, goes up with a shot. It got blocked and altered by Taylor. Rebound, Carson-Newman. Penland, transition, Taylor, the catch, the right-hand layup. It's no good, but she traveled trying to attempt the layup. So even with the missed shot, it would not have counted because of Carson-Newman's second turnover. Anderson back the other way, trailing by 4. It's Zemaya Passmore at the left wing. Bounce it to the block. Kane going against Penland. Goes up after a pump fake and got altered by Penland's defense. She may have gotten a block into the front court. Rutherford has the basketball after a hectic sequence to get into the front court. Now she drives, gives it to Taylor. Bounce it, top of the key, Alvey. Now to Gonzalez. Gonzalez throws it inside, left block. Lindsey Taylor looks, bounces for Gonzalez. Gonzalez back inside for Taylor. Bad pass, though, is deflected by Gravel. And a turnover. Carson-Newman's third. Transition. Preston driving baseline. Pump fakes, kicks it out. Passmore. Jab step. A 3. It's in the air. It's off the backboard. Too strong. Rebound collected by Gonzalez. Transition goes CN. Penland, top of the key. 3. Butter! CP from downtown. Her first 3 in her third NCAA tournament. And Carson-Newman has the first 6 here in the second frame to lead by 7. 23-16. Penland has 5. Passmore to the right elbow. Picks her dribble up on a switch with Taylor. Gives it back to Kane and now back out front for Rutherford. Around a screen. Passmore a deep 2. It bricks off the backboard. Taylor rebounds. Eagles want to run. Rutherford crosses half court. Right hand dribble. Give it on a handoff for Penland. Penland rips through around a Taylor screen. Lobs it inside. Pass deflected and stolen. Eagles have turned it over now 3 times in the second frame, but have gone on a 6-0 burst and pick it right back. Alvey the steal. She's off to the races. Eurostep left-hand shot is up. No good, but a foul. Foul underneath on Rose Gravel. And free throws coming for Carson-Newman's Michaela Alvey on Gravel's first personal foul. Eagles turning some defense that time into an offensive chance, and Alvey will get free throws. With Carson-Newman ahead 23-16 with 7:31 to play in this second quarter. The Eagles defensively have limited Anderson to 36% shooting as Alvey's first free throw swishes in, and Carson-Newman has taken pretty good care of the basketball as well. Alvey makes the first free throw, Eagles by 8. As Mack fires the next one up, in and out, rebound collected by Kane. Carson-Newman with the first 7 points of this second quarter. Passmore around a screen, goes into the lane with a floater. It's no good. Rebound collected by Lindsey Taylor, who's played the entire game so far. 3 rebounds, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists for Taylor. In front of the Anderson bench, Gonzalez gives it to Taylor. Now to Michaela Alvey. Alvey right side for Gonzalez. Gonzalez right wing with a right-hand dribble into the corner, lobs it for Taylor. 10 to shoot. Taylor into the lane, goes left side for Rutherford. Rutherford around a screen, into the paint, lobs one up to the rim and banks it in. Tori Rutherford on the dribble handoff with Taylor has her first field goal. Eagles by 10. Preston with the answer from the right wing for 3. Zane Preston halts a 10-0 run by Carson-Newman to start the second quarter and brings it back to a 7-point game. 26-19 CN, 6.5 to play. Second quarter. Eagles lob it to Taylor at the baseline. Back out front, Gonzalez. She pump fakes, now gives it to Campbell Penland. Penland a jab step, gets to the free throw line, goes to the baseline. Gonzalez catches and will fire a jump shot. That's an air ball. Offensive rebound, Lindsey Taylor to a cutting Rutherford. She goes up, right hand layup is good. Taylor to Rutherford for 2. Back-to-back field goals for Torrey, and Carson-Newman leads by 9. 28-19, nearly a steal at midcourt. Passmore recovers, gives it to Sheridan. Left wing 3, back iron miss. Anderson's 2 of 7 from deep. Transition, Rutherford into the front court, hands off for Gonzalez. She pump fakes, now gives it to Taylor. And now to Rutherford. Torrey gives it to Campbell Penland at the left wing, lob it inside. Taylor gives it back to Penland. Penland tries a deep one. This one's off to the right. Long rebound to Passmore. Passmore transition as she dribbles into the front court. Stops at the free throw line, gives it to McDowell. McDowell steps back. Here's a 19-footer. It's an air ball. And the rebound deflected out by Anderson. Carson-Newman's playing some elite defense right now in the half court. Anderson has missed now 7 of its last 8 shots from the field. Eagles making some changes. Sullivan, Abigail Johnson, and Hayworth all into the game for CN. For the first time, Abigail Johnson takes the floor in the NCAA tournament. Taylor gets her first rest. So it's Penland, Hayworth, Sullivan, Johnson, and Alvey with Carson-Newman up by 9. 5.5 to play second quarter. Hayworth, right-hand dribble. Fakes a pass, now gives to Sullivan right side. Now to Johnson, head of the key. Handoff with Campbell Penland. Penland gives it to Carly Hayworth. Now back to Penland. Halfway through the sequence, it now goes to Alvey at the head of the key. Alvey, one dribble. She'll try a three. It's an air ball off to the right. Tried to save it, but was out of bounds. And ball back into the hands of the Anderson Trojans, who have just one field goal in this second quarter and have started 1 of 8 from the field. Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your Carson-Newman ID. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Passmore dribbles to the elbow, bounces for Gravel. Gravel throws it inside for McDowell. She pump fakes, goes to the right-hand hook off glass. It was contested, defended well by Campbell Penland. Eagles the other way, right to left. Alvey into the front court for Carly Hayworth. We're under 5 to play second quarter. Sullivan gives it to Alvey. Left side, Campbell Penland. Bounce it for Johnson. Now to Alvey. Alvey, throw it inside. We've got a collision on a screen and a foul. Sullivan set a good screen to get Penland free, and McDowell ran her over. That is Diamond McDowell's second foul, and Anderson's first in the quarter. Carson-Newman with a great start to the second quarter. It's outscored Anderson 11-3 and leads the Trojans 28-19 in this opening round contest of the NCAA tournament in the Southeast region. We're back to wrap up the first half from North Georgia's Convocation Center after this.
Eagles. How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Carson-Newman's defense has forced Anderson to miss 8 of its first 9 shots here in this second quarter. The Eagles lead 11-3 in this second quarter to open up a 9-point lead. As we get back underway in this second quarter, Eagles basketball on an inbound. Penland circles around a screen, drives to the basket. High shot off glass is too strong. McDowell the rebound. Transition Anderson. Passmore, front court, lobs for Gravel. She catches, shoots off glass, no good. Gets her own miss. Pump fakes, goes back up. Sullivan blocks it from behind and out of bounds. Carson-Newman's defense has been extremely active here in the opening half of play. The Eagles have not been credited officially with a block. Do have 2 steals, but have made things extremely difficult in the half court for Anderson. Hayworth and Johnson exit. Taylor back to the floor with Rutherford, so it's the starting 5 for CN. Passmore inbounds for McDowell. She pump fakes, drives in the lane, shoots over Taylor, and got fouled. Free throws coming for Anderson's Diamond McDowell as Lindsey Taylor commits her first foul, and just Carson-Newman's second foul here in the opening half. Free throws for the all-SAC first-teamer Diamond McDowell, who shoots 42% from the field, 75% from the line. It makes the first free throw. McDowell, 18.5 points per game, double-doubles in 11 of her last 12, and 19 double-doubles in 25 games this year. In and out on the second free throw. Penland rebounds. 28-20, 4:15 and counting second quarter. A period dominated right now by Carson-Newman. Alvey throw it inside. Lindsey Taylor, difficult catch, but Penland tracks it down in the far corner. Penland gets it back on a return pass from Rutherford. Comes off a Taylor screen. Pick and roll not there. Reverse it Rutherford. One more to Alvey. She pump fakes. Goes to the basket. Off glass. Uses it and one. What a take from Michaela Alvey. The birthday girl is in double figures with 10. And Carson-Newman leads by 10. It was an and one. There was a foul on the play as well on Rose Gravel. Kind of stood there as Alvey went to the basket and got in the way. And it's a blocking foul on Gravel, her second. Alvey, free throw in the air, swished in. 31-20. Carson-Newman. A period. Right now, the Eagles have outscored the Trojans 14-4. Alvey leading the way with 11. Passmore, right-hand dribble inside the arc, steps back outside the arc. In and out dribble against Rutherford, steps back for a deep two. It's too strong. Sheridan offensive rebound, lefty floater up, in and out. Rebound Rutherford. Eagles are +7 on the glass right now as Rutherford brings it into the front court. Goes right side, Penland. One more, Sullivan. Right corner three is in the air. It's buckets! Jennifer Sullivan for three. She's got 6. Timeout Anderson. It's 34-20. Carson-Newman a 17-4 burst here in the second frame to put Carson-Newman up 14 here in the opening half. A motivated CN has showed up to play in the opening round of the tournament. A group that lost to these Trojans by 24 in a game they trailed by as many as 34 just 8 days ago. Carson-Newman has flipped the script so far in this opening round affair, and they're handling business right now. They forced Anderson to make just 30% of its shots, while Carson-Newman's 43% and has buried 5 first-half triples, led by Jennifer Sullivan's 2 in this basketball game. Serving East Tennessee for 40 years is Magaha Electric, the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electric contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. How do the Trojans respond down 14 with 3.5 to play in this second quarter? Eagles have the last 6 points. Dribble handoff with Passmore. She's defended well by Albee. Crosses over, gets into the lane. Right-hand shot off glass. Nice take. And a good 2 from Zamaya Passmore. Her second field goal in 8 tries. She has 6. Just Anderson's second field goal here in the frame. Passmore a near steal and now has it. Gravel the other way. 2-on-1. Gravel right to the basket. Shoots off glass and gets the roll. Good sequence for Anderson out of the timeout. 4 straight, and it's back to a 10-point game. Passmore's defense turning into a basket for Rose Gravel. Eagles bring it right to left as Rutherford crosses half court against Peyton Oliver. Now hands off for Sullivan. Right side, it goes into the hands of Albee, who skips it back to the left wing for Rutherford. Rutherford off to Sullivan. She pump fakes a 3, drives into the lane, stops at the block, gives it off to Taylor at the block. Taylor around the lane, throws it out front over the head of Jennifer Sullivan, and the ball rolls all the way into the backcourt to where it'll go out of bounds along the opposite baseline on a pass from Taylor that was over Sullivan's head, and Carson-Newman's 6th turnover. So Anderson now will inbound in its front court along the baseline with Passmore. 34-24, 2:25 to play second frame. Eagles fans behind the bench that have made the trip to Dahlonega chanting for defense here in the final minutes. Passmore fakes a pass, gets it into the corner for Peyton Oliver. Out front, Passmore. Passmore, one dribble shot is up and too strong. Rebound bounces and Sullivan collects for CN. Jen has 6 points so far and goes into the corner to Rutherford. 2:10 to play. Rutherford around his screen. Pick and roll not there. Skip it left side. Sullivan, catch 3. It's in the air. It's buckets! Jennifer Sullivan is 3 for 3 from 3. And she has 9, and Carson-Newman's leads 13. Anderson leaving one of the better sharpshooters for CN open as Passmore turns it over in the front court, trying to lob it to the corner. And Alvey deflects and steals. Rutherford, right-hand dribble against Peyton Oliver around his screen. Torrey goes out front for Penland. Penland to the elbow. Taylor shovels it back for Campbell, who drives in the lane, bounces for Alvey. Alvey pump fakes, goes out front again, 8 to shoot. Campbell driving to the basket, goes corner. Sullivan pump fakes, lost it, now gets it back, fires from the baseline short. Sheridan the rebound. Outlet to Passmore. Cross court, Peyton Oliver with 75 seconds to play. Lob it to the block, McDowell. McDowell, 2-point shot is short. Rebound, Torrey Rutherford. Offense difficult right now for AU. Rutherford across half court. 60 seconds to play in the opening half. 37-24 Carson-Newman. Alvey crosses over against McDowell. Pulls up for a 12-footer. It's too strong. Offensive rebound tipped into the air by Sullivan, but Passmore ends up with it for AU. She dribbles into the painted area. Goes baseline. Sheridan catches and scores with her jump shot from the baseline. Her first field goal in 5 tries. 37-26, 40 seconds to play until halftime. Eagles basketball shooting 58% in the second quarter. Taylor left elbow. Lindsay hands off for Michaela Alvey. Alvey fakes, now gives it back to Taylor. Kick it out front. Sullivan, triple is in the air. It's buckets! Jen is feeling it in Dahlonega. She is 4 for 4 from deep. And Carson-Newman leads by 14. Jennifer Sullivan with 12 points to lead Carson-Newman. 5 seconds. Oliver around a screen. Had it poked away. 2 seconds. Passmore recovers. Launches from half court. It's in the air. It's short. And Carson-Newman leads 40-26 at the break. What a first 20 minutes by Carson-Newman. What a shooting effort by CN. Michaela Alvey and Jennifer Sullivan combined for 23 of CN's 40 points in the opening half. They both nearly outscored Anderson in that first half. Sullivan's 4 for 4 from deep, and Michaela Alvey on her birthday is 4 of 8 from the field and has 11 points. Those two have been terrific for CN, who leads at halftime here at North Georgia's Convocation Center. 40-26, Lady Eagles in front in this opening round affair in the NCAA tournament. We're back to break it all down with a halftime report that heads your way after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeandeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeandeagles.com today.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report in just 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
AEC is a distributor of Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and under warranty to not leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-term temperature control. Marathon's...
Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Andrew Rogers back here in Dahlonega, Georgia at North Georgia's Convocation Center, where Carson-Newman leads it 40-26 in this opening round contest here in Dahlonega, Georgia. The Lady Eagles shoot 44% to lead 40-26. It was a first quarter that had 7 lead changes. Both teams went back and forth and made 7 field goals each. In that first quarter, Carson-Newman, though, led 17-16 in a period that went back and forth throughout the first 10 minutes, and then CN really took advantage of some really good defense and used it into some offense to the start the second quarter. Went on a 9-0 scoring run to begin the second frame, and then eventually outscores Anderson 23-10 in the second quarter. Eagles shoot 8 of 14 from the field in the second quarter, while Anderson was just 4 of 18 from the field, and Carson-Newman made 5 second-quarter triples, led by Jennifer Sullivan, who has made all 4 of her threes and has 12 points for Carson-Newman. Her 4 threes are the most in a game since Emery and Henry on February 19th. It's the 12th time this year, though, she has made 3 or more threes in a basketball game. Her hot shooting, Michaela Alvey's defense and offense so far has Carson-Newman leading 40-26. Michaela Alvey on her birthday right now has 11 points on 4 of 8 shooting and has nailed a 3-point shot as well. 2 of 3 from the free throw line and has 3 rebounds and a team-high 2 steals. Lindsay Taylor has a team-high 7 rebounds with 3 points. Emily Gonzalez 5, Rutherford 4, Penland 5 for a Carson-Newman offense that shoots 44% from the field and 44% from three-point range and makes 7 threes after only making 8 in the South Atlantic Conference semifinal game against these Anderson Trojans. And Carson-Newman has shot it very well from 3 against an Anderson defense that is number 1 in the South Atlantic Conference this season at defending the 3. They have only allowed opponents to shoot 26% from 3, but in the first half it was Carson-Newman's hot shooting that is the difference so far. 7 of 16 to lead 40-26. Diamond McDowell, 7 points on 3 of 8, shooting for 3 rebounds as well. She has 7 points. Zamaya Passmore had her offense not come easy. She closes the half with 6 points on 2 of 10 shooting and a 3-pointer, had 4 rebounds and 4 assists as well. Played the entire half but missed 8 shots in the 10 that she attempted. Rose Gravel had 6 points as well. She made 3 of her 6 shots, and then Kane, Preston, and Sherrod and all the other Trojans that have scored each made 1 basket for an Anderson attack that shoots 33% from the field. In that first half, it makes just 2 of its 8 threes. CN winning the rebounding battle, plus 7, 25-18. Did turn it over 6 times, 5 of which came in the second quarter, but overcame that by playing good defense after turning the ball over. Anderson only with 1 basket off of those 6 Carson-Newman turnovers in the first half. Michaela Alvey, Jennifer Sullivan, they have combined for 23 first half points. Their efforts right now have Carson-Newman up by 14 points as we're at halftime here inside of North Georgia's Convocation Center. We'll take a look around and tell you how this Southeast Region tournament is set to go. This is the first game of 4 today at North Georgia's Convocation Center in this Southeast Regional Women's Basketball Tournament. We'll tell you who else is in the NCAA tournament, preview those matchups when we come back, and tell you when Carson-Newman men's basketball will be squaring off in its NCAA tournament that gets underway tomorrow afternoon in Columbus, Georgia. All that when we come back with Carson-Newman leading 40-26 at halftime here in Dahlonega, Georgia. We're back for more after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to
see at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. A check of the ShopCNEagles.com SAC scoreboard is next. This is the Eagle Sports Network. If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
The Eagle Sports Network is part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with a ShopSeeandEagles.com scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
Andrew Rogers, glad to welcome you back to Dahlonega, Georgia, where Carson-Newman is competing in the opening round of the NCAA tournament at North Georgia's Convocation Center. And the Lady Eagles lead 40-26 and against a familiar foe, Anderson, who they are playing for the 8th time in the past 2 seasons. Carson-Newman is back in the NCAA tournament on the men's side, the men's basketball team for the 5th time under head coach Chuck Benson, and the 7th time in school history is bound for the NCAA tournament. The Eagles are the 8th seed and will play Columbus State, the 8th-ranked Columbus State Cougars, who are 26-4. Tomorrow, as of now, scheduled for 5 p.m. There's a chance it gets moved up to 3 p.m. because of some weather that might be coming into the area in this southeast region tomorrow night. So there's a chance that contest gets moved up to 3 p.m., but for now, we know it as 5 p.m. They're making final confirmations on those times. That could move up everything 2 hours later today. On the women's side here in the Southeast region, here's what's to come in this Southeast Regional Basketball Tournament. The winner of Carson-Newman Anderson in this one will wait and play the winner of Coker Belmont Abbey. The Cobras making their first NCAA tournament. They are the number 2 seed. Belmont Abbey won the Peach Belt, or rather the Conference Carolinas tournament, and they are the 7th seed in the tournament. The host is North Georgia. They play at 5 o'clock today against Conference Carolinas foe UNC Pembroke, and the night caps off with a Conference Carolinas Peach Belt matchup between the 4-seeded Francis Marion Patriots and the 5-seeded Columbus State Cougars. The winner of this one hopes to play, or will play Coker or Belmont Abbey, and both of these teams hope it'll go one of their 2 ways in this second half. Carson-Newman feeling good at the break, shooting 44% from the field, and Michaela Alvey and Jennifer Sullivan have the Lady Eagles ahead 40-26. We bring you the sounds of the second half, and we come back to Dahlonega, Georgia after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Saboreo's, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Saboreo's is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner and the Health Sciences Building. Saboreo's features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at Carson-Newman Dining.
This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Into the front court, losing her dribble, kicks it out, right wing, 3 from Bergstrom is up and good! As the buzzer sounds to end the first half.
On the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Andrew Rogers, glad to welcome you back to Dahlonega, Georgia, as we get set for second half action here at North Georgia's Convocation Center. Eagles and Trojans playing for the 8th time in the last 2 seasons. 2 very familiar foes set to clash in a second half here where the Eagles lead by 14 points. A double-digit lead for Carson-Newman. It's been really good this year when leading at the break, 21-3 overall when leading at halftime this season. But Anderson has rallied from double-digit halftime deficits against Carson-Newman this season. Drive inside by McDowell. She goes right to work from the right block and uses the glass for 2. Good start to the second half for Anderson. McDowell scores the basket. It's a 12-point game. Some pressure into the half court. Eagles break it and give it to Sullivan. And now back out front into the hands of Tori Rutherford. Rutherford off to Taylor. Head of the key. Now it's Alvey out front. Alvey, one pass off to Sullivan. She pump fakes a 3 from the top of the key, driving inside the arc. 4 to shoot. Throws it out front. It's stolen by Passmore. Transition, Anderson. Passmore into the lane. Goes up, gets blocked by Rutherford. Rutherford, long skip, front court. Sullivan the catch. Sullivan inside. Taylor's wide open. Left hand layup is good. Eagles turning some defense into offense. Rutherford's interior defense leads to a 2, and it's 42-28. 60 seconds into this third quarter. McDowell, right-hand dribble to the basket, around Penland, shoots off glass, scores it and 1. A nice take by Diamond McDowell, who has all 4 of Anderson's points here in the second half, and a 3-point play opportunity coming for the senior. A really good take to the basket by Diamond McDowell, who has been a problem for many teams in the South Atlantic Conference to defend all season long. Her free throw is no good, so just 2-point possession as Alvey is bumped and fouled in the backcourt. And that is Diamond McDowell's 3rd foul. Had 2 in the first half, played through it, still played 18 minutes, but just picked up a 3rd trying to defend Alvey in the backcourt. And Jonathan Barbary is going to leave his star forward on the floor for right now with 8:43 to play in the third quarter. Into the middle, it's Penland to break the pressure. Right side, Jennifer Sullivan. Bounce it to Sullivan, right wing. She drives to the basket against Passmore. Shoots off glass, too strong. Rebound, pick McDowell. 12-point game. Trojans can make it a single-digit game as Passmore floats one up for the free throw line and got fouled by Taylor. Lindsey Taylor called for a foul as Passmore tried to float her in the lane. And the personal will be Taylor's second, and free throws coming for Zamaya Passmore. Second trip for Anderson to the free throw line already here in this third quarter. Passmore bends the knees and throws the free throw up and through the net. Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. Contact Carson-Newman men's basketball alumnus Taylor Hawkins at singingeagles.com/Modern Woodman to help secure your family's financial future. Eagles with pressure in the backcourt, break it once again. Sullivan goes front court, pass deflected by Passmore, goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Carson-Newman. Passmore adamant that she was not the last one to touch it out of bounds, but the official says it's Carson-Newman basketball. 42-32, 8:10 to play in this second half in the third quarter. And Mike Mincy, sensing a little bit of a run here from Anderson, will like to burn a timeout. First called timeout after halftime brings us to a break. 42-32, Anderson 6-2 start, an advantage here in this third quarter. Eagles still lead by 10, and we're back for more NCAA tournament basketball from Dahlonega, Georgia after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Good little burst here from the Anderson Trojans to make this a 10-point game as we get set to resume play in this third quarter. Eagles basketball up by 10. Lindsey Taylor dribbles, now gives to Campbell Penland. Fake, and now give it to Tori Rutherford, rather. They faked it to Penland. Now Rutherford's got it. Left wing. 2 minutes into the third quarter. Rutherford drives, stops the block. 5 to shoot. Taylor from the mid-range for a jump shot, and she swishes it in. Good-looking stroke from Lindsey Taylor. She has 7 points, showing her range that time, and it's 44-32. Trojans quickly the other way. Kane's baseline shot is no good. Michaela Alvey, the defensive rebound. She has 5 of those. Rutherford brings it across half court with Carson-Newman ahead by 13. 7.5 to play third quarter. Alvey left side. Fakes a pass, now gives to Taylor. Out front, Campbell Penland. Penland to the sharpshooting Sullivan. She drives inside the arc, tries a deep 2. It rolls off. Offensive rebound, Lindsey Taylor. Taylor, left-hand hook is up. It rolls out, but a foul. Free throws coming for Lindsey Taylor, who just made a mid-range jump shot and now will get free throws after her eighth rebound, fourth offensive rebound. And so Taylor to the line where she has made one of her 2 free throw attempts so far in this basketball game. First one's in the air, and it swishes in. 45-32, 7:18 to play in this third quarter. Taylor is competing in her 4th NCAA tournament. This is her 7th NCAA tournament game. She makes the second free throw, and Carson-Newman leads 46-32, 4 straight after the timeout by Mike Mincy's group. And they're sitting back in a 2-3 zone. Sullivan and Rutherford at the head of the key of this zone as they lob it to Passmore. She catches, pump fakes a 3, drives into the lane, shovels it off for Kane, who caught and scored the shot, but a foul was called on Passmore's drive, and so the shot will not count. The foul is on Carson-Newman. Didn't hear who the foul was on. I think it was on Michaela Alvey. We'll confirm that here in a second. The scoreboard here in the arena still has not signaled for who that foul was on. They're going to get Rutherford for the foul, her second foul. Tori's second. It's the team's second now in the quarter. Drive to the block. McDowell off glass, too strong. Rebound, Lindsey Taylor. She has 9 rebounds and 9 points. Rutherford dribbles into the front court. Top of the key, just over 3 minutes into this third quarter. 47-32, Carson-Newman. Rutherford right side for Taylor. Taylor lob it to the baseline, Sullivan. Sullivan kicks it out. Taylor fakes a pass, now gives it to Rutherford with 6. Tori will try a 3 from the left wing. It's short, long rebound. Michaela Alvey in the corner. Her 6th rebound and Carson-Newman's 7th offensive rebound. Eagles reset in the half court as they hand off for Sullivan. Out front, Alvey to Campbell Penland. Throw it inside. Alvey's wide open for a right-hand layup. One senior finds another, and Carson-Newman's lead grows to 16. Drive to the basket by Preston, and she had it backpicked by Sullivan, and now the Trojans will inbound from the baseline. Live stats have 48-32. In the arena, we have 49-32. Now it was just fixed to 48. Thought it was 48-32. The arena makes the quick adjustment as I bring it up. 16-point game. Inbound to McDowell. She steps back for a fadeaway shot. It's off the right side. No. Rebound, Rutherford. Tori, head of steam. Off to the races. Right-hand dribble to the basket. Pump fake. Shoots, and it rolls off. Rebound, taken away. Rutherford gets it back. Tries a right-hand layup and scores. Rutherford just took it right away from Diamond McDowell. Tori with 6, and the lead grows to 18. An 8-0 run out of the timeout by Carson-Newman. Sitting back in a 2-3 zone. Preston to the free throw line. Had it stripped, recovers. Needs help and is fouled in the lane. A bailout. And she was smothered by 4 Lady Eagles in the lane. Lindsey Taylor commits the foul. It's her 3rd. First real foul trouble. It's Carson-Newman's 4th team foul. And so No more to give here in this third quarter. Still 5:37 to play. Inbound to Kane. Lob it inside. Too far of a pass, and McDowell can't catch it, and it's a turnover. Anderson's turned it over 6 times and is on another scoring drought of 3 minutes. Kane exits, and in comes Rose Gravel as the Trojans show some 2-2-1 full court pressure, trailing by 18, 50-32. Eagles have 8 offensive rebounds and are plus 14 on the glass against one of the best rebounding teams in the country. Anderson grabs 45 rebounds per game, 4th nationally. They only have 19 so far. Taylor left elbow. Fakes a pass, now dribbles and hands off for Alvey, 9 to shoot. Alvey gives it back to Taylor, mid-range shot. It's in the air, it hits the back of the iron. Rebound collected by Passmore along the baseline. Halfway through the third quarter, Carson-Newman's pushed the lead to 18. Preston trying to bring it back down. The deficit, missed the 3, Sheridan rebound. She drives on Passmore, pulls up for a 2, and Zamiah Passmore buries the jump shot. 50-34, Passmore has 10. Anderson's third field goal in the third. Rutherford sprints into the front court to break the pressure. Wide open is Michaela Alvey for a 3. It's too strong. Rebound, Rose Gravel. Anderson the other way, right to left. Passmore transition to the left elbow. Now pulls it back outside the arc. Wants a Gravel screen. Driving right is Passmore inside the lane. Gives it back out to Gravel. She goes left corner for a Sheridan 3 in the air, and it swishes in. 5 straight from Anderson, and it's 50-37. 4:20 to play, third quarter. Trojans trying to make a run as Rutherford brings it near the mid-court line and has it deflected out of bounds. No, it's not deflected out of bounds. It's Carson-Newman's 8th turnover. Rutherford tried to find Sullivan along the near sideline and threw it away. 5 straight from Anderson, and they force a Carson-Newman turnover to bring us to a timeout. 50-37. Late Eagles have led by as many as 18 in this third quarter. But Anderson hanging around. They've cut it to 13 with 4:13 to play in the third quarter. We're back for more NCAA tournament opening round action from Dahlonega, Georgia after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
My favorite thing about my community? The safety, the reliability, the people. We rely on each other, and we rely on local electric co-op. It's not just about electricity. It's about empowering community, empowering moments, empowering safety, empowering togetherness, empowering knowledge. That's why when I need something, I rely on my co-op. I trust my co-op because the co-op is us. We are the co-op. AEC, member-owned and service-driven.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Anderson basketball after Carson-Newman's 8th turnover out of the timeout. Nearing 4 minutes to play, third quarter. Passmore around his screen, stops at the elbow, bounces to the block where McDowell catches, goes up off glass, scores it and 1. Diamond McDowell with her 6th field goal. She has 13 and her second chance for a 3-point play here in the third. 50-39. What a burst from Anderson. 7 straight in the last 2 minutes to bring this to an 11-point game. McDowell back to the line. She's 1 of 3 and now 2 of 4 from the stripe. Inbound to Rutherford. 10-point game. Eagles break the pressure with Gonzalez into the front court. She navigates into the front court and slows things down. Back out front, Rutherford. Torrey left side for Campbell Penland. Penland looking, gives it to Alvey in front of Carson-Newman's bench. Skip it right side, Gonzalez. Shot clock nears 10. Emily throws it to the block. Back door goes Gonzalez now after the Taylor pass. Missed the layup. Gravel rebounds. Anderson can make it a single-digit game. Passmore transition. Lob it in. Sheridan the catch in the right-hand layup. 50-42. The Trojans have routed off 10 straight to make it an 8-point game. Rutherford brings it across half court. Torrey gives it to Alvey, left wing. Mack with 3:10 to play in the third gives it to Rutherford. Torrey in front of Carson-Newman's bench, dribbling the basketball, now picks it up and gives it to Penland with 12. Campbell to Taylor. Taylor looking, gives it to Gonzalez with 8. Emily, jab step, drives into the lane, spins, gives it to Taylor. She pump fakes, 4 seconds, lefty hook in the lane, rolls around and out. McDowell rebounds. Carson-Newman hasn't scored in 3 minutes. Anderson can make it a 5-point game with a 3. McDowell pump fakes a 3. She'll drive, free throw line, throw it. Gravel catches, but had it ripped away by Penland. The steal by Campbell, and she's fouled in the backcourt by Zamaya Passmore. Good sportsmanship from Passmore, knocked Penland to the ground and then helps her up after committing her second foul. Anderson's third foul of the third quarter. 2:39 to play in the third. The Eagles are bringing Sullivan back to the floor along with Maddie Knuckles to take Penland and Alvey's place. Eagles haven't scored in 3.5 minutes, and the Trojans have responded with 10 points during this stretch. 2.5 to play. Sullivan around a Taylor screen, stops at the free throw line, steps back, now gives to Knuckles. Knuckles around a screen, pulls up for a deep 2. It's just off the front of the iron. It barely grazed the rim. Rebound Oliver. Into the front court, Passmore to the trailing Oliver. She'll try a long 3 and buried it. Peyton Oliver makes it a 5-point game. The Trojans are on a 13-0 run. Rutherford behind the back into the lane, goes corner for Gonzalez. One more. Maddie Knuckles. Eagles need it. Knuckles can't knock it down. Offensive rebound, Sullivan. Give it to Rutherford. The Eagles with a fresh 20 reset. Sullivan looking inside. Now skip it left corner. Maddie Knuckles with 12. Gives it to Gonzalez. Emily, one dribble, crossing over inside the arc. Drives, goes baseline. Taylor catches. Her jump shot is up. Off to the left. Passmore rebounds. Passmore transition, pulls up with a floater from the elbow. It's short. Offensive rebound was had by Gravel, but it was tipped away and controlled now by Gonzalez. 90 seconds to play in the third. Knuckles give and go with Gonzalez. Shot not there. Emily brings it outside the arc, now into the hands of Rutherford. Eagles have not scored in 4.5 minutes, but still lead by 5. Torrey around a screen. Gets the switch with 8 at the right wing. Steps back for a 3. Too strong. Rebound tapped out. Gravel's got it. 2-on-1. Oliver, pull up. 3. Off to the right. Offensive rebound. Sheridan. She goes up. Missed it. Rebound along the baseline. Controlled by Rutherford. Under 60 seconds to play in the third. Gonzalez to the trailing Sullivan. She'll try a 3. Buried another one. Jennifer Sullivan snaps a 5-minute scoring drought with her 5th 3. She is 5 of 5 from 3, and Carson-Newman leads by 8. A massive triple from the junior from Knoxville. 35 seconds to play in the third. McDowell at the elbow. Around a Gravel screen. Crosses over. Gets to the left block. Goes up with a shot. Scores it and 1. Diamond McDowell with the up and under against Knuckles to make it a 6-point game. A difficult finish from the all-SAC first-teamer and the conference's tournament MVP last week to make it 53-47 with 28 seconds to play in this third quarter. Carson-Newman's only made 5 of its 17 shots here in this third quarter and only 1 3, and it came moments ago from Sullivan. McDowell has a chance to make this a 5-point game. This will be our third 3-point play opportunity of the quarter, and she completes it. 5-point game. Shot clock off in the third. Gonzalez crosses over as she gets across midcourt, dribbles away from a double team, and gives it to Torrey Rutherford at the NG logo near midcourt. 15 seconds. Rutherford dribbling against Preston. Picks the dribble up, finds Taylor, top of the key. Taylor gives it back to Rutherford with 8. Torrey dribbles, finds Gonzalez, 5 seconds. Emily spins against Oliver, gets into the lane and is fouled with 3 seconds to play in the third quarter. It is just the 4th team foul, though. It's on Peyton Oliver, her first, so it's a baseline inbound for Carson-Newman. Anderson had a foul to give, so it doesn't hurt for now. Rutherford will inbound. Torrey lobs it. Sullivan catches. 2 seconds. Sullivan rips through, throws one up from the head of the key, and it's no good, and the third quarter comes to a close. Carson-Newman used a 10-0 run in the third quarter to make it an 18-point game with 5 minutes to play in the third quarter, but Anderson responds and goes on a 16-3 run after that, and we have a 5-point game as we head to the fourth quarter here from North Georgia's Convocation Center. Another good one brewing up between Carson-Newman and Anderson. We bring you the fourth quarter from Dahlonega, Georgia after this on the Eagles.
Serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
53-48. Carson-Newman is 22-1 when leading after three quarters. They lead by 5 as we start the fourth quarter. Rutherford out front off a Taylor screen. Gives it to Sullivan. Starting 5 for Carson-Newman out there. Sullivan around his screen. Inside the arc. Pump fakes. Bounces it for Alvey. 12 to shoot. Alvey pulls up for a free throw line shot. It's an air ball. And it goes out of bounds. And the ball back to the Anderson Trojans. Carson-Newman after halftime below 30% from the field. Trojans can make it a 1-point game, or a one-possession game, rather, this trip down to the baseline. McDowell against Carson-Newman's zone. Gives it to Preston. She'll try a free throw line shot, and she banks it in. 53-50. Inbound to Rutherford. Anderson out of a zone press. They'll go full-court man and make the Eagles work to get it across. The Eagles do. Rutherford drives right to the basket. Right-hand shot. Wild one off glass. No. Pass more rebounds. Trojans with numbers. Trailing is Oliver. Left wing three is in the air. It's off to the left. Offensive rebound. Preston gives it to Kane. One dribble. Shot up and good. 1-point game. 53-52. 60 seconds into this fourth quarter. Timeout, Mike Mincy. Anderson has rallied in the last 6 minutes of this basketball game. A 23-3 run has the Trojans within 1. 53-52. Jonathan Barbary's team, motivated, has played well in the second half. They're making it life difficult for Carson-Newman on the offensive end, who is 25% from the field after halftime. Carson-Newman's lead down to 1. We're back for more from Dahlonega, Georgia after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Things have gotten really interesting here in Dahlonega, Georgia at North Georgia's Convocation Center. It looked like Carson-Newman was cruising in that third quarter. Halfway through the quarter, led 50-32. It's now 53-52. 21-2 run. Backdoor goes Campbell Penland, and she makes a right-hand layup. A really good set out of the timeout by Carson-Newman. 23 run by Anderson. Now 20-5 burst over the last 6 minutes. Carson-Newman with just its 6th field goal after halftime. Passmore against Carson-Newman's now man-to-man defense. Goes baseline. Out front, Kane. Kane for 3 from the left side. It's off to the left. Rebound collected by Rutherford. Eagles have their starting 5 out there. Anderson has 4 starters and Peyton Oliver, who's drilled a 3 in the second half. Alvey throw it inside. High post to Lindsey Taylor. She bounces in the corner for Sullivan. Sullivan gives it back to Taylor. She's going to work inside and commits an offensive foul. Tried to create some space with a left-hand jump hook in the lane. And Taylor commits her 4th foul with 7:58 to play in the 4th quarter. And the officials are signaling to the two teams to go to their benches, and they're going to check to see if this needs to be upgraded to a flagrant foul potentially. Taylor did displace Kane out of the way with that off arm and hand to create positioning for the left-hand jump hook. And it's an offensive foul. We'll see if there's any contact that is deemed for this to be upgraded to a flagrant foul. As of now, though, it just stands as a personal foul, and it's the 4th foul on Carson-Newman's All-SAC first-teamer, Lindsey Taylor. Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider, providing Jefferson City with ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband. Let them serve you by visiting trilite.net. Eagles have seen an 18-point third-quarter lead at the halfway point of the quarter get whittled down all the way to 1. But Campbell Penland with a driving layup out of Carson-Newman's timeout, and she has the only basket over the last minute that we have played since Carson-Newman last burned the timeout and we had a stoppage. And so now the officials have switched out one, and they'll have the third official in our crew today analyze the film and see if there's anything that needs this to be upgraded to a flagrant foul. Real time, it doesn't seem that there was enough contact there, but it's hard to tell what the video will have, and if there's contact to the head-neck area of Kane. She definitely went down. It's definitely a foul. That is not changing. It's whether or not there's a flagrant foul on top of the shooting foul that was called on the floor. The officials have reviewed the film, and they are now discussing at the mid-court line as the two teams talk with their coaching staffs after this whistle. One of the officials has gone back to the scorer's table now to maybe take a extra look. We'll see. Two of the officials stand at midcourt, and now they're actually going to ask for their alternate official to put a headset on, and he'll get a view of what's happening. So an extended stoppage here in Dahlonega, Georgia. As we await to see whether this foul that was called on Lindsey Taylor will get upgraded to a flagrant foul. (55-52) the score. We're 2 minutes and 2 seconds into this fourth quarter, and the longer you think this review is taking, the more you think maybe this is a flagrant foul, and whether or not it might get upgraded if they need extra opinions on it. Maybe have one of the officials saying that it's an offensive foul and a flagrant foul and it needs to be upgraded. And also you have to consider F1 and F2. Flagrant foul 1 or 2. 2 would be an ejection as well. So we'll see how things unfold. Carson-Newman out after halftime has been outscored 26-15 against the Trojans, who have shot 52% after halftime. All three officials have come together, and they're coming our way to update us. It'll remain a common foul. Good news for Taylor. All of her teammates high-five her, and she'll stay on the floor. But does have 4 fouls, so her next one is number 5. She has played 31 minutes of this game, has 9 points and 9 rebounds. Trojans roll the ball near midcourt where Passmore collects, where her team can tie the game this trip down. She fakes a pass, lobs inside for McDowell. She catches, goes up and scores with a right-hand shot. 55-54, 7:45 to play in the fourth quarter. Rutherford dribbles against Zane Preston. Chest pass out front for Penland. Campbell left side for Michaela Alvey. Alvey Around McDowell, drives to the basket, shoots off glass and scores. Michaela Alvey on her birthday has 15, and now Carson with a steal in the backcourt. Rutherford takes it away, and the Eagles will reset in the half court. A steal of a possession here with Carson up by 3. Just stole the inbound. Alvey, dribble handoff with Sullivan. Around a screen, Sullivan inside the arc. Looks for help. Bounces in the lane. Penland catches, goes off glass, and scores. A 4-point sequence from Carson-Newman set up by Rutherford's defense. And the Eagles go up 5. 59-54. Just 3 minutes gone by in the fourth frame. Passmore top of the key. Lobs to the left elbow for Kyla Kane. Right-hand dribble for Kane. She pump fakes, throws it inside for McDowell, who catches and scores through 2 defenders. Diamond McDowell has 21 points for the Trojans on 9 of 16 shooting. 3-point game again. Rutherford bounce it for Michaela Alvey. Alvey to the free throw line. Right-hand dribble. Drives to the block. Lobs out front for Sullivan. Sullivan, 12 to shoot. Around his screen. Stops at the elbow. Kicks it out for Penland. Timer down to 8. Penland in the lane. Kicks it corner. Sullivan pump fakes a 3. Drive. Shoots one up and in. Jennifer Sullivan with her first basket inside the arc. She has 17. And Carson-Newman back in front by 5 as Passmore forces one up and can't finish. Rebound Lindsay Taylor. She's got 10 boards. Carson-Newman by 5, 4 minutes into this fourth quarter. Rutherford picks the dribble up, needs help, and finds Penland at the NG logo. Now to Alvey. Alvey driving to the basket in the middle of the lane, gives it to Taylor. Skip it, left corner. Campbell Penland pump fakes a 3. Steps back. Here's a 3-point try. It's buckets! Oliver tried to steal it away. Penland took it back and drills a 3. Her second triple, and Carson-Newman leads by 8. An excellent response from Mike Mincy's crew here on the offensive end. They have made 5 of their 7 shots in the fourth. Passmore around the screen. Give it to Preston at the top of the key. Now to Passmore. She'll try the answer and bury it. Zamaya Passmore with her second 3. She's got 13, and it's back to a 5-point game. We approach the halfway point of the fourth quarter. 64-59. Sullivan, right wing. Give it to Taylor, now left side for Michaela Alvey. Down screen for Penland. She'll try another 3. This one's off to the left, an air ball. And Passmore had the rebound and had it deflected away. The official on the baseline says Anderson ball, and they switch it to Carson-Newman's possession. Hard to tell on the air ball in real time what happened underneath. Passmore tried to catch and leap into the air and catch the air ball. And it was deflected by Rutherford, and it went off Passmore, the officials say last. So Carson-Newman keeps it, 12 to shoot. Inbound to Penland, give it inside. Taylor, lefty hook in the lane, rolls off. Rebound, McDowell. Her 6th rebound. Passmore transition to Preston. She pump fakes, drives for a floater from the glass. Too strong, it rolls out. And we've got a foul underneath. On who? It's Carson-Newman's Lindsay Taylor, and that's 5. So Lindsay Taylor has just fouled out of the game with 4:39 to play in a 64-59 game. Taylor exits with 34 minutes played, had 9 points and 10 rebounds, a point away from a double-double. And so now we mark things down, a 5-point game with 4:39 left, and Jonathan Barbary requests for a timeout. Carson-Newman has answered a third-quarter run by Anderson and has stayed even at 11 points each. Both teams have made 5 of their 9 shots here in this fourth quarter to tie things up at 11. And now the officials actually, there may have not been a timeout, the officials are at the monitor across the way to maybe see who the foul was on. That's my only guess for the situation underneath. Maybe they got the wrong Lady Eagle for the foul, and so they're back across the way looking at the monitor and the video review to determine maybe who the foul was on. That's my best guess for what they're looking at here with 4:39 to play and Carson-Newman up by 5. First Bank is the official bank of Carson-Newman Athletics and the only place you can get a Carson-Newman Eagles debit card. Stop by any First Bank location today to get your CN debit card to show your Eagles pride. Jennifer Sullivan for Carson-Newman has made 5 triples to lead the way with 17 points. Campbell Penland has made 5 of her 10 shots for 12 points, while Michaela Alvey has 15 points on her birthday and has made 50% of her shots as well. But right now, Anderson is trying to claw back and make a miraculous comeback, trailed by 18 and cut an 18-point deficit in 5 minutes all the way down to 1 possession. Late in that third quarter, Carson-Newman led by as many as 8 points in this fourth quarter, but the Anderson Trojans not going away and keeping this one tight here down the stretch. Another lengthy review courtside here inside of North Georgia's Convocation Center. Carson-Newman's broke the huddle. It's discussed what it wants to discuss. And so now we continue to wait. Anderson still huddled up, chatting things over here with 4:39 to play in this fourth quarter. The officials have looked at the monitor, and they have not came up with anything, and now they have. Well, they were looking to see if there was anything more than just a common foul. It was the 5th on Taylor anyway, so she's disqualified. But regardless, it is Taylor's 5th foul, and it stays Anderson ball. Thought maybe they would check to see who it was on, but it was to see if it needed to be upgraded. Inbound for Passmore. Left baseline, needs to get it in and does with a lob pass in front of the bench to Sheridan. Driving to the middle, throws it inside, Gravel, right block. Goes up, gets denied by Knuckles, stays with it, goes back up, scores and one. Rose Gravel with stick-to-itiveness in the lane, her 8th point, and it's a 3-point game with 4:29 to play. Eagles wanted a jump ball on that denial by Knuckles. Gravel left her feet to take the shot and got denied by Knuckles. No call. Second free throw and one is no good. Pressed in the offensive rebound. She's tied up, and the arrow favors Anderson. So a potential 5-point possession coming here for the Trojans. Right baseline, Zamaya Passmore will inbound. Lob it, elbow, pass deflected and stolen by Knuckles. Michaela Alvey off to the races, does not have numbers, and will hand it back to Sullivan. One dribble pull-up, she'll fake it and give it to Rutherford. Eagles will reset. 4:15 to play, fourth quarter, 3-point game. Rutherford crosses over, goes to the basket. High shot off glass is good. Tori Rutherford with her 8th point. The lead back to 5. 4 to play in Dahlonega. A spot in the semifinals on the line. Sheridan left wing, lob it, high post for Gravel. Gravel gives it back to Sheridan. Left wing 3 is in the air. It's short. Rebound collected by McDowell. She goes back up, missed it. Gets another opportunity. Pump fakes, goes back up, can't score it. Another chance. Gravel grabs the rebound and is fouled. 3:42 to play, fourth quarter. The rebound starting to pile up here in the second half for Anderson. Foul was on Michaela Alvey, her first. Remember, Lindsey Taylor has fouled out of this game at the 4:39 mark. And so the Eagles are a little undersized. They've got Campbell Penland and Maddie Knuckles and Michaela Alvey as the 3 best rebounders on the floor. Knuckles is just 6 foot tall, but a good rebounder. As Sheridan catches the inbound, misses the jump shot. Offensive rebound, McDowell. McDowell goes back up, can't finish. Rebound, Alvey. Eagles running in transition, 2-on-1. Sullivan stops, she'll pop it herself, and it goes in and out. Rebound, Gravel. Pass more quickly the other way, 3.5 to play. In and out dribble, crosses over in the lane and got fouled. Foul committed by Jennifer Sullivan. It's Carson-Newman's second foul of the fourth quarter, and the first foul on Sullivan. No other Eagles are in foul trouble. Tori, Maddie, and Campbell all have 2 fouls. It's just Taylor's 5 that have had the foul trouble. You're going to say that was a shooting foul on Sullivan as Passmore went up with a shot from the free throw line. So free throws for Passmore, who is 3 of 4 from the line, has 13 points and 9 assists. Has the basketball in her hands, bends the knees, and the first free throw is in the air and good. 4-point game, 66-62. InterDigital strives to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services. InterDigital, laser focused on your success. Passmore makes both. 3-point game, 3:15 to play. Rutherford, right-hand dribble toward the right wing, gives it to Maddie Knuckles. Reverse it left side for Alvey. Alvey to Campbell Penland. Penland rips through around a couple of screens, driving to the basket. Pump fake, shoots off glass. It's no good. Rebound deflects and controlled by Preston. Under 3 to play. Preston to Passmore. Passmore in the lane, finds Gravel. Her shot's up and good. 66-65, 2:45 to play. Rutherford back across midcourt with a right-hand dribble. Runs into Alvey, now resets in the half court. Torrey and Mike Mincy from the far sideline yell for a play. Torrey around 2 screens. 10 seconds. Down to 7. Rutherford still with the basketball. Drives into the lane. Stops. Drives with a left-hand shot and scores. Rutherford with excellent footwork in the lane for her 10th point. Lady Eagles back up 3. 2:15 to play. Passmore driving to the basket against Rutherford is fouled. As she went up for a right-hand shot, they cleared the lane to the right side for Passmore to take off to the basket, and Rutherford called for her 3rd foul. Carson-Newman's committed 5 team fouls now in this 4th quarter, while Anderson has 0 team fouls. And so free throws for Zamaya Passmore with 2:12 to play. She has 15 points. These will be her 7th and 8th free throws of the game. The first one's in the air, and it gets the friendly roll off the front of the iron. These two teams know so much about one another. The 8th meeting in the last 2 seasons. One of these 2 teams in the next 2-12 is going home. Carson-Newman's sake, it's hoping to hold on to a lead that it's had since the first quarter. Anderson has not led since it led by 1 with 3 to play in the first. 1-point game, 68-67, 2 to play. Rutherford dribbling in front of Carson-Newman's bench. Hands off for Campbell Penland. Penland dribble handoff with Sullivan. Sullivan driving to the basket. Stops. Needs help at the left block. Kicks it out. Maddie Knuckles. She pump fakes a 3 with 8. Now dribbles and hands off for Campbell Penland. 6 seconds. Penland to the block. Spins. Met by 2. Throws one up and is fouled. With 3 on the clock, Penland is fouled and will get free throws. Zamaya Passmore called for the foul, her 2nd. First foul by the Trojans in the 4th quarter will send Campbell Penland to the free throw line with Carson-Newman up 1. The senior is playing in her 6th NCAA tournament game, and her first free throw is off to the left, no good. Penland makes 82% of her free throws this season and 80% in her career. Next one is on the way from Campbell Penland, and it's up and good. 69-67. 1:40 to play. Anderson can tie it this trip down, take the lead with a 3. Passmore lobs, turns it over. Threw it right to Maddie Knuckles. Left her feet, and nobody was there to receive the pass except Maddie Knuckles. $1:20 to play. Rutherford hounded by Passmore along the far sideline. Drives inside the arc, now pulls it back out and gives to Knuckles. Maddie Knuckles rips through, driving into the lane against Gravel. Pump fakes, goes up, the left-hand shot, high off glass. It's no good. McDowell rebound. Transition AU, 2-on-2. McDowell, Euro step drive on Rutherford. Missed it. Rutherford the rebound. 60 seconds. Into the front court. Sullivan will slow it down and give it to Rutherford. Carson-Newman by 2. 53 seconds. Rutherford bounce it for Sullivan to Penland. Campbell backdoor to Alvey. Shot up, blocked by Gravel, out of bounds. 44.5 seconds to play. 10 on the shot clock. Carson-Newman keeps it up 2. 69-67, and Anderson will burn a timeout. Jonathan Barbary requests for a 30-second timeout with 44.5 seconds to play in this opening round Southeast Region contest between the 3-seed Anderson and the 6-seed Carson-Newman. It's coming down to the wire. 69-67. It's Carson-Newman basketball with 10 seconds on the shot clock. A nail-biter between these two teams. Carson-Newman led by 18 halfway through the third quarter. Looked like Carson-Newman was going to cruise in this second half, and then Anderson made a late rally, a 22-3 run, and a 6-minute stretch to end the third and start the fourth, and got within one, but has not led since the first quarter. Just a 30-second timeout, so now both clubs have come out of their huddles, and CN will inbound with Michaela Alvey. So many experienced Eagles on the floor. You've got Alvey and Penland and Rutherford that have all played now in several NCAA tournament games. Does that experience pay off? Alvey finds Rutherford on the back cut, and Torrey makes the layup. 71-67, 40 seconds left. One senior to another for Carson-Newman when it mattered. Passmore around his screen. Right elbow, 30 seconds. She steps back for a deep two and buries it. 2-point game, 28 seconds left. Penland inbounds for Michaela Alvey. Alvey dribbles, finds Campbell Penland, and fouled is Penland by Ashlyn Sheridan. Trojans have several to give. It's just the second team foul, and so we'll do it again here in the backcourt. Campbell Penland will inbound this time, and Mike Mincy says, let's get this thing into the front court, and he'll burn his final timeout with 23.7 seconds to play. It's his last timeout. He only has a full lap, so it's a full timeout for Carson-Newman. These two clubs meeting for the fourth time this season. Carson-Newman's second straight postseason game against Carson-Newman's led by as many as 18 and has controlled throughout most of the game. Once it grabbed a little bit of a lead and went on a 7-0 run at the end of the first quarter, or at the beginning of the second quarter, I should say. Have had control, double-digit lead at halftime, 18-point lead in the third, but Anderson has made this thing really interesting here in the second half, and now Carson-Newman needs to execute and make its free throws. Knuckles inbounds for Rutherford. She's fouled immediately by Zanae Preston. It's the third team foul, so they have to do this two more times. Preston commits her first. You don't want McDowell or Passmore to foul. They have 3 and 2 respectively as Maddie Knuckles inbounds again, bounces for Tori Rutherford, and she's fouled again by Preston, her second. That's the fourth team foul, so we have to do it one more time. And the clock is now down to 21 seconds. Knuckles will inbound in front of Carson-Newman's bench. Again, get it in. Campbell Penland's got it, and she is not fouled immediately and now hugged by Preston. About 2 seconds came off the clock there. So with 18.2 seconds, Carson-Newman's Campbell Penland will get 2 free throws. With the Eagles by 2. She makes both, it's a 2-possession game. Makes one, it's a 3-point game. And misses both, it's a 2-point game. The experienced Penland lines the first one up and buries it. 72-69. Campbell is a career 82% free throw shooter, and that's what she is this year. Has 15 points, now 16 in the game. The next one's in the air. It's good as well. 4-point game, and Anderson calls for time. Big clutch free throws from Campbell Penland here with 18 seconds left to extend Carson-Newman's lead to a 2-possession advantage. 4-point game, 18 seconds left. Trojans will inbound in the front court, down by 4. Well, Campbell Penland, folks, clutch down the stretch here for Carson-Newman at the free throw line. Those free throws now put her 10th all-time in scoring in the program's history. She needed 16 points to move into 10th place and pass Harris Price on the scoring list. And those 2 free throws have done that for Campbell Penland, who now has 1,379 points in her Carson-Newman career. And none bigger than the 2 free throws and 2 points she just put on the scoreboard for her team in her senior season in the opening round of the tournament. Peyton Oliver's a sharpshooter. She's back into the game. She'll inbound just to my left at our broadcast spot. Inbound to Passmore, 16 seconds. Passmore right side for a driving Sheridan into the corner. Pass deflected by Sullivan out of bounds. They try to get it to Oliver. And Sullivan and the Eagles defense defended it well. 13 seconds. Sheridan will now inbound from the deep corner to my left. Sheridan, long inbound out front. McDowell, 11 seconds. She puts it on the floor, floats one up off glass, and scores. 8.5 seconds. Eagles got to get it in. Campbell Penland looks, bounces for Rutherford. 7 seconds. Penland is fouled as her and Passmore go to the ground fighting for the possession. And a foul called. Passmore kind of swung Rutherford to the ground. And there was nothing extra there from Zemiah Passmore. And good to see that her and Rutherford had a little bit of a conversation afterward. And Campbell Penland and Maddie Knuckles also had a conversation with Passmore that she was not trying to intend to hurt Rutherford there, just trying to tie her up. Couldn't do it and committed a foul as the two went barreling to the ground. So now Rutherford to the line in a 2-point game with 6.5 seconds left. Rutherford dribbles the ball and her first free throw is up and it swishes in. Tori Rutherford makes it a 3-point game, 74-71. She is 75% from the line this year, 73 for her career. The next one's up and good. 4-point game, and Anderson will burn its final timeout. Some clutch free throws from CN and their seniors, Tori Rutherford and Campbell Penland, to make it a 4-point game. Full timeout by Anderson, so they've got extended time here to talk things over. Carson-Newman ran him off the 3-point line last sequence into the front court and forced McDowell to make a mid-range jump shot for her 23rd point. And certainly you feel like Anderson at this point will try again for a 3-point field goal, but Carson-Newman did it exactly right last sequence. Ran Anderson off the 3-point line, took away the Oliver corner 3, deflecting it out of bounds, and now it's all about a defensive stop here in the final 6 seconds of this basketball game. The free throws have made it a 2-possession game once again, 75-71. Certainly you can get 4 points in one possession if you foul a 3-point shooter who makes the shot. Certainly the Eagles will have to defend without fouling here. McDowell will inbound as Carson-Newman's crowd behind its bench chants for defense. McDowell will inbound. Diamond looks, one-hand pass into the far corner for Gravel. Gravel goes out front. It's stolen by Alvey. 3 and 2. Alvey into the front court, and Carson-Newman wins. Eagles back into the regional semifinals. They take down Anderson 75-71. Revenge again for CN. They avenged a loss in the opening round to Lincoln Memorial of the SAC tournament after the Rail Splitters swept the Eagles in the regular season. And now the Eagles get the Trojans back here in the NCAA tournament. Mike Mincy's crew, terrific, and got really good days from its experienced players to advance back to the regional semifinals. Carson-Newman 75, Anderson 71. Lady Eagles on to the regional semifinals tomorrow, and they'll get the winner of number 2 Coker and number 7 Belmont Abbey. An elite performance from Mike Mincy and his team as Carson-Newman takes down the Anderson Trojans by a final score of 75-71. We'll break it all down. Domino's postgame report heads your way after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman bookstore.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The game's over, but we're just getting warmed up. The Domino's postgame report starts in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is the Domino's post-game report on the Eagle Sports Network.
Left wing Rutherford, three up, and kaboom! Torrey Rutherford.
Your stats breakdown. A conversation with Mike Mincy, presented by Modern Woodman Financial Planning, plus the selection of the AEC Electrifying Play and Food City Player of the Game are all headed your way. The Domino's post-game report is brought to you in part by Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles in Mossy Creek. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service built. By Fresh Ideas, good food is a powerful thing. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Trilight, dream big with gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family owned and operated coffee. And by shopcneagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Let's head back to the arena and the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Carson-Newman is moving on as it collects a 75-71 victory over the Anderson Trojans in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. Eagles win it by 4 points, 75-71. This is the Domino's post-game report, fans, and Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your Carson-Newman ID. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. 75-71. Carson-Newman staves off an Anderson run there down the stretch. staves off Anderson's run there in the second half. Anderson never got a lead, but did get within a point on several different occasions in this basketball game. But Carson-Newman resilient down the stretch to win this basketball game 75-71. Thanks to clutch free throws from Campbell Penland and Tori Rutherford. They were both terrific. Tori Rutherford had a double-double, 12 points and 10 rebounds in this basketball game. She was fabulous for a Carson-Newman team that shoots 41%, battled some adversity without Lindsey Taylor, and found a way to get this thing done here today. Tori Rutherford with a double-double for her first career double-double. She's got a triple-double to her line, but now finally has her first career double-double with 12 points and 10 rebounds in this basketball game. She is one of 4 Lady Eagles in double figures. Campbell Penland had 17 points. Jennifer Sullivan had 17 points. Carson-Newman put together an elite effort and was able to overcome a rough third quarter where it only shot 27% from the field. The Lady Eagles did what they needed to do down the stretch to collect a 75-71 victory here today in the North Georgia Convocation Center. Michaela Alvey on her birthday was terrific. She scores 15 points and makes 6 of her 13 field goal attempts. And the Eagles are moving on, and they've won a first-round contest now for the 6th time in program history, and for the 2nd straight season they will be playing in the regional semifinals, and they're waiting on one of these 2 teams that are shooting around right now. It is Coker and Belmont Abbey, 2-seeded Cobras and 7th-seeded Belmont Abbey Crusaders meeting here inside of North Georgia's Convocation Center as Carson-Newman wins 75-71. An elite effort by Carson-Newman's experienced players here today. They shoot 41% from the field in a 22-point fourth quarter. Helps get Carson-Newman over the hump here in March. 75-71. The Lady Eagles are on to the next round. Sullivan and Penland, 17 points each. Michaela Alvey scored 15 points. Tori Rutherford had 12. Taylor had 1 point shy of a double-double. Would have been her 29th, but she gets 1 point shy and did grab 10 rebounds. And Emily Gonzalez rounds out the scoring with 5 points for Carson-Newman, who wins 75-71 in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. It's the program's 10th win in the NCAA tournament, and they do it today thanks to a second half in which it had to overcome some adversity. Saw Anderson go on an elite stretch in which it outscored Carson-Newman 20-3. But the Eagles find a way down the stretch to move on to the regional semifinals. They overcame an effort from Diamond McDowell where she goes for her 12th double-double in her last 13 games and her 20th of the year, going for 23 points and 10 rebounds. But she is unable to lead her Trojans to the finish line. Passmore also had a double-double, 17 points and 11 rebounds and 11 assists, 7 rebounds. But not to be outdone by Carson-Newman's 4 double-digit scores in this basketball game as the Eagles win 75-71. We're hoping to hear from one of the Lady Eagles courtside here in North Georgia's Convocation Center as Carson-Newman wins it by 4 points here today. Our AEC electrifying play of the game has to go to the free throws by Tori Rutherford and Campbell Penland. Those free throws down the stretch, massive for Carson-Newman, that made this a 2-possession game each time, and each time Anderson responded, the Eagles had an answer. So Rutherford and Penland's free throws are our AEC electrifying play of the game, AEC member-owned and service driven. Good work by Carson-Newman's Lady Eagles to collect a 75-71 victory. We'll continue to break it all down as we continue on with the Domino's post-game report after these messages. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess energy toward the ground through the ground wire. AEC also offers surge devices for inside your home to defend against possible voltage spikes that could damage your electronics, appliances, or equipment. This service is affordable and dependable. Order today and enjoy no connection fee. AEC, we power what matters most.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
More player interviews and stats come your way in 60 seconds when the Domino's postgame report continues on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Carson-Newman wins 75-71 and advances on to play the winner of Coker and Belmont Abbey. Eagles win it by 4 points and will either play Coker for a third time or will get a Belmont Abbey team that it did play last season but has not played this season. Should be an interesting contest to see how things play out as Carson-Newman collects a 75-71 victory over Anderson. Wins for the fifth time in the last 8 meetings that have come in the last 2 seasons between these two schools, and the Eagles get the job done thanks to a second half in which it had to hold off an Anderson group that fared very well. We talked about Diamond McDowell and Zamaya Passmore, 2 all-region players, were terrific throughout the season for this group, but ultimately found the way, did Carson-Newman, against a resilient Anderson squad that made some threes in the second half and found the way to get the job done here in North Georgia's Convocation Center. The rest of the NCAA Division II bracket on the Southeast region side sounds like this. Coker Belmont Abbey is next. The winner gets Carson-Newman. North Georgia Francis Marion Columbus State is the 4-5 game. They'll get the winner of the host North Georgia and UNC Pembroke, the 8 seed, at 5 o'clock tonight. That's the rest of the bracket. Carson-Newman, one of just 2 SAC schools now remaining, with Coker still waiting here as well. The Eagles win it 75-71 in a game where they led ever since a good stretch in the first quarter and ultimately are able to get the job done thanks to resilience and effort. Had to do it without Lindsey Taylor, who played 31 minutes and was stuck in foul trouble in this basketball game. Was able to play through it, played 34 minutes, and did not play the final 4 minutes of this game, but the Eagles rallied, got good rebounding days from Tori Rutherford, Michaela Alvey. Rutherford, the second time in her career she's snared down double-digit rebounds, and so the Lady Eagles advance on and will play either Coker or Belmont Abbey. Final numbers will continue to run through them. 42% shooting for Carson-Newman. Anderson held to the similar mark. Both teams make 28 field goals in this basketball game, but Carson-Newman made 9 3-pointers and 10 free throws, while Anderson made just 5 threes and 10 free throws as well. Carson-Newman able to get the job done here on this Friday afternoon in Dahlonega, Georgia. The Lady Eagles win it by a final score of 75-71. The Eagles had a +1 advantage on the offense or on the rebounding battle in this basketball game. Got double-digit rebounding days from Rutherford and Taylor, but ultimately it's the effort of a host of Eagles that get Carson-Newman over the top here today as the Eagles win it 75-71. Tomorrow's contest will start at 5 o'clock here inside of Dahlonega, Georgia's North Convocation Center. Should be a fun one depending on who Carson-Newman plays. If the men's basketball game gets moved up to 3, we'll start here as scheduled at 5 o'clock on the air. If both teams end up playing at 5 o'clock, we'll see how things end up playing out in this in that scenario. Probably going to be bouncing around between streams depending on how both games are faring here on the Eagles Sports Network. Maybe there's a chance so that contest gets moved up to 3 p.m. because of the weather in Columbus, Georgia. Carson-Newman wins 75-71. The Lady Eagles were terrific down the stretch. They never relinquish a lead that was as many as 18 in the second half, and Carson-Newman finds a way to win it 75-71. That does it and wraps things up here from North Georgia's Convocation Center. The Lady Eagles are moving on. They'll play in the regional semifinals tomorrow at 5 p.m. We'll talk to you at 4:45. For our producers and network control, Skip Roberts and Jay Adams, I'm Andrew Rogers. This has been a presentation of Carson-Newman women's basketball in the NCAA tournament. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 4:45 is the airtime as the Lady Eagles take on either the Crusaders of Belmont Abbey or the 2-seed Coker Cobras. We'll talk to you tomorrow here from Dahlonega, Georgia. Until then, have a great rest of your Friday from Dahlonega, Georgia, as Carson-Newman wins 75-71.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
You've been listening to Domino's Post-Game Report on the Eagle Sports Network. Today's game has been brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles in Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service built. By Fresh Ideas, good food is a powerful thing. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Tri-Lite, dream big with Gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family-owned and operated coffee, fueling the Burt Tar Stadium press box. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. The executive producer of the Eagles Sports Network is Matt Pope. Producers Adam Cavalier, Andrew Rogers, Ian Johnson, Ryan, he just loves the herd, Wilkes, Jay West, and Tyler Katz. I'm staff announcer Ernie Anderson. A special thanks to Carson-Newman and University President Dr. Charles A. Fowler. Stay tuned to these stations for information on our next presentation of Carson-Newman basketball. In the meantime, visit cneagles.com for recaps, highlights, and interviews from today's game. This is the Eagles Sports Network.